Listen, we paved the songs and sold the streets. We painted silence white. You asked for order, we gave you rooms with no names. Listen, morning comes in sterile sheets, a factory of pale light. Rows of windows blinking like blank eyes in a plan to lie. They folded markets into neat antiseptic squares. Remove the spill of laughter, seal the corners with their stares. A catalog of faces in a ledger without a hand. They bargained out the chaos, traded touch for a brand. The plaza's home with nothing now, a clock that's wound too tight. You can hear the promises evaporate to the night. We wanted everything. We thought we'd never lack. We stacked the world like trophies, kept the windows black. But the flavor's gone, the city tastes like glass. We own the map, we own the gold, but not a single laugh. They're gone, the warmth, the mess, the ways we learned to fall. We wanted kings of nothing, and now we rule it all. Billboards blink with doctrines, neon sermons, silent hymns. They trim the weeds of poverty, swept the edges of their rims. No ragged songs beneath the bridges, no salsa at the docks. Just men in muted uniforms and echo chambers for clocks. They made the borders perfect, they ironed every seam. But in the place of living footsteps, there's the whisper of a dream. I walk an avenue of models, mannequins in motionless parade. Nobody sells the heartbeat here, just a bright parade of shade. Remember when the corner cried with bargaining and bread? Remember the smell of rain on rubbish, the way a child's hand led. You closed the gates and called it safety. You sterilized the street. You carved the world to measure, but forgot how people meet. Burdens, a noise to be removed. So they lifted roofs and leveled roofs and whitewashed every groove. But soil holds more than dirt, it keeps the footprints of our souls. The market's not just currency, it's where the human story rolls. Now plazas are museum halls, exhibits in glass repose. Where once 100 lives collided, now a single cold wind blows. They walk in tailored silence, palms empty, pockets full of law, pleased with every ledger line, but hungry for the flaw. You bought the skyline, bought the sea, you built your citadel. You crowned the sterile emptiness, but it's an empty shell. But the flavor's gone, the city tastes like glass. We own the map, we own the gold, but there's no human past. They're gone, the songs, the fights, the drunken midnight calls. We wanted kings of nothing, now we're hollow in these halls. isolation and completion, I thought the fewer mouths to feed, the richer my tomorrow. We believed silence was a virtue, we mistook absence for peace. Who knew that poverty held the spice of being? Who knew the poor were not a problem, but the palate? It's not just soil we've rendered bare, it's humanity's great seam. You can own 1,000 acres, you can own a dreamless dream. Take away the vendors cursing, the barrow boys at dawn, strip the alleys of their stories. What you're left with is a law. Now wherever other takes me up and empties me inside, a penthouse full of silence with a panoramic light. I stand amid perfection and I can't remember why. I thought I wanted everything, I didn't want to die. They were the spice, the clutter, the sorrow and the grace, the smell of frying onions in a corner of the place. We thought owning would fulfill us, it only brought a pall, because the world was never soil alone, it was our souls after all. And the flavor's gone, the city tastes like glass. We own the map, we own the gold, but not a single laugh. They're gone, the color grit, the reckless human call. We wanted kings of nothing, and now we rule it all. You wanted order, you wanted silence, you asked the world to lie still. We bought it, we paid in lives, we have the keys, but what use are keys when there's no door to open? Listen, listen, the museum hums your name, but no one answers.